When you illegally park in a handicap spot or in the angled line area for the handicap accessible ramps, you're not only being a bad, mean person with no morals, you're also stopping somebody who's actually disabled from being able to get in and out of their vehicle or up onto a sidewalk or a curb or somewhere that they need to access. And that doesn't matter whether you're a police officer, an ambulance driver, a delivery beer truck driver, or anyone else. When you do it, you're wrong and you should be punished for it. And we're going to see examples of all of that in today's video.
If you think parking for just a minute is no big deal, these 3 tickets say otherwise. First stop, Bloor Street East. This driver was stopped in the bike lane, and as I was writing the ticket, they must have noticed me in their rearview mirror and decided to drive away. Once the ticket has been issued, driving off does not make it disappear. This became a drove-away ticket and will be sent in the mail, and the fine is still $200.
Thank you. Get that in the mail.
Next up, same location, different vehicle. This truck was unoccupied and parked in the bike lane, so the ticket was served directly to the windshield. As you will see, bike lanes need to stay clear so people cycling are not forced into live traffic. The fine for stopping or parking in a bike lane, as mentioned, is $200. Last stop, Gerrard Street East near the TMU campus. This vehicle was parked in a designated accessible loading zone without displaying a valid accessible parking permit. These spaces are reserved for people who rely on them, and using one without the required permit comes with a $450 fine. So 3 locations, 3 preventable tickets, and the easiest way to avoid a fine: read the signs, respect the bike lanes, and leave accessible spaces available for the people who need them.
100%. And that 450 ticket being more than double the bike lane blocking shows you how seriously that area takes their handicapped abusers over even the bike lane people. So I applaud that. Good for her. She took pictures and video of them parked where they're parked so they can't argue it later, and gives them the ticket. And if they want to drive off and race away from her, let's send it in the mail.
Be here. You are not allowed to tow out of a parking spot. You're not allowed to tow out of a handicap spot. Out of cops right now. You are not allowed to pull out of a. It's not your job to run a tag. You want to give me a ticket? Call the cops and give me a ticket.
Listen,
you are not allowed.
Listen, a tenant who lives here, who is handicapped.
My father, who is handicapped, who I have this handicap thing, needed to get in. I came out to move my car just now, lady. They got my dad in there. You are not allowed to take a car. If you want to write me a ticket, you call the cops. You're not allowed to then take my car to the parking lot when I've got a tag.
So, if you will let me
drop my car down.
Can I speak for 1 second? Can I speak for 1 second?
You're not taking my car.
If you would let me talk for 1 minute. Can I speak? Okay. So, she called us and said that she did not have a spot to park in. She had a handicap tag and there was a car that was not in a handicap spot. Okay? We came over, she said it didn't have a parking pass, but we came over and we checked and said, yes, it does have a parking pass.
I have a tag.
So first of all, as a private entity, an apartment complex absolutely has the right to have your vehicle towed if you park illegally, handicap, fire lane, what have you, or no parking pass. She's wrong. They don't need to call the police for that. They can tow you. It's their property. Second of all, they had the time for somebody to notice, to pull up minutes after she was already there, notice her car, go to the office, contact the manager, have the manager call the tow truck show up, hook up their car. At least 10, 15, 20, if not 30 minutes passed before all that happened, and she was just unloading her father. Her father has a handicap tag. Well, he may very well have that tag. Why wasn't that tag in your vehicle with you if you were driving him around? That's perfectly legal. If you drive a handicapped person around and you are not handicapped, you can put the handicap tag in your window to give them access to the handicapped spaces that they will need while you are helping them. That is okay. Why didn't she have it? I'll tell you why. She's lying. She wasn't just there for a couple of minutes. She doesn't have a father with a handicap. And if she does, he doesn't have a handicap tag. And if he does, she didn't have him in the car with her. She was coming to visit or do whatever. She parked illegally. She got busted and now she's mad. Welcome to every story we've ever heard on illegal parking 1,000 times over. as you see in that video, it becomes a monkey see, monkey do situation. As you see, there's a car parked illegally in the fire lane against the strip mall. I saw this all the time. And as she walks up with her little girl, you see another car pull in behind. Now we have a second one parked illegally, the white Tesla. And as she walks out now in the other direction, you see the third car behind the Tesla. It looks like a Mercedes SUV. And we now have 3 vehicles. Monkey see, monkey do. You see one person, it's okay. Let's go ahead and do the other person, the third person, the second, the fourth, whatever. We'll all do it because I saw him doing it. So I have to jump off of the bridge as well.
I am losing my goddamn mind. Here's an ambulance in the bike lane. There is a business they could park in. They could block the car lane. They could block the non-existent motorcycles park lane. I just passed a van that was in the bike lane and 2 other cars and an Amazon Prime in the bike lane. And I am not even half a mile away from home on a rainy day. What the fuck? What the fuck? Get out of the bike lane. Pull in there. Pull in the motorcycle parking. You're killing us. Get out of the bike lane. You're on break or what? Get out. Unbelievable. Well, it's not like there are any bikes except for me. Go ahead.
So she's 100% right. The fire department, as an emergency vehicle, does not have any more right to park in the bike lane than you or I do unless they are responding to an emergency, and they should have an emergency parking area or emergency or fire lane or something like that. If they don't, then yeah, they can park in the bike lane to do what they need to do. Clearly, this driver of this ambulance was not in an emergency. In fact, she was turned off and watching her phone, probably on break or lunch or something else. No business being in the bike lane. Doesn't even matter if you have lights and sirens on your vehicle there. If they're not on and you're not responding to a call, you're wrong. Now, with that said, we got crazy lady freaking out on him. She's right to say something, but Karen could probably take it down about 2 or 3 levels and she'd be better off and taken more seriously.
What are you doing?
Ma'am, you're all over the line.
Well, you still don't pull in and hit somebody's car.
I didn't hit your car.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Right here. Here's all my white paint.
Ma'am, that been on my car.
No, it
I
hasn't.
swear to God, that's been on my car.
This is here, lines up with there.
No, it doesn't, ma'am. My car doesn't even fit. So what are you talking about? That been on my car.
Well, let me check the front.
That has been on my car. My car does not fit on that. What are you talking about? What are we really talking? You're part.
Over here. It's all white.
No, I've been had all those marks. I did not hit your car. I could see. I did not hit your car. My car does not match up right here. You hit your car. So maybe if you parked in the lines, maybe if you parked in the lines, it would be better. Like what? No.
So first of all, it doesn't line up. So the white paint doesn't match up to her silver car. Second of all, the white car is not missing any white paint. So where did the white paint come from that's on the silver car? It's because she had it. Third of all, the lady in the silver car is correct. The woman in the white car is parked like a complete jackass. She's got that right. Probably how the woman is expecting to make a payday or something by parking like that. Next, if I ever see people park like that, I don't park next to them. One, I don't want to be crunched in the spot. I don't want to have to ease out of my car. Like, how do you even get out of your car, or my passengers, or whoever I have with me to get out of the car? And I don't want my car to get hit by their door or to them to claim exactly what just happened here. So I'll just park somewhere else. I don't care if I have to walk. I've never cared about walking. And finally, just a little critique. Lady is, correct 100% out of the silver car, but gosh, hearing her grammar and her talk, I've been had that. I've been had those marks. I've been had there. My car done have that. Oh God, please learn how to speak correctly, especially if you're gonna film yourself and post it. Holy crap.
Wow, this is a big bicycle you have.
I know, right?
Did you know there's parking right there?
The place we're going is right here. It's a little heavy.
Oh, and you...
There's a sidewalk right here.
I'm not supposed to ride on the sidewalk. Just like you're not supposed to be parked on a bike lane. You have trolleys. You can walk it across the street, right?
Okay, we continue to argue about it.
I'm not arguing, I'm just stating facts. Like, you get how this is really rude? And it's actually dangerous. There's a company in Chicago that parked in a bike lane. A 3-year-old child got killed when the mom had to go around into traffic, and they're getting their asses sued. Is Columbia ready for that if that happens?
Go back to your cushion.
What? What's that? What's that? Go back to my cushy little what?
Like? We have like 19 fucking stops today. I'm an intern. Like, what the?
So when people get presented with facts and what could happen and the danger, you see how quiet they get, and then all they have is to come back with personal attacks. That's how it works on the internet, how it works in the comments section, how it works in real life. People don't like to be called out for being wrong. They don't like to have to admit that they were wrong, and they certainly don't want to have to admit that what they did was not just wrong, but dangerous. That is where you get them to go to the personal attacks. And once you get them to stoop to the personal attacks, you know you got them. You won the argument, and now you should get their license plate, report them, and turn them in.
I found a cop parked illegally in a disabled spot a few weeks ago, but some people didn't seem to understand why it was a problem to park there illegally in the first place. For context, I'm a paralyzed full-time wheelchair user that started driving 6 months ago, and there's really 2 purposes of a disabled parking space. What most people notice about these blue spots is that they're closer to the entrance of the door, which seems appealing to a lot of people. This is for those that can't walk far, but it also works for people like me when it's raining because it takes me longer to push when my pushrooms get slippery, and I end up getting way more soaked than the typical able-bodied person running in the rain. The less obvious but most important factor of disabled parking spots is something called an access aisle. This is the striped area on the side of the parking spot that is meant to allow room to load and unload mobility aids like wheelchairs, including the use of a ramp. This is because typical spots usually aren't wide enough for a wheelchair to fit in between in order to get in and out of our car. Disabled spots exist so we can equitably access the community or our apartments, and we really appreciate if you keep them clear.
Huge amount of points that she just made that most people don't even think about. Imagine having to get in and out of your vehicle in the rain as a handicapped person, and it's already hard enough and you're already getting wet, and now somebody's made it harder on you. Or you can't get in and out at all, right? You can't get in your car or in your little handicap ramp because while you were inside, somebody parked in those little spots, and now you've rolled out and now you've got no way to get in. You're getting soaked. You got to go back in the building. What are you to do? This is why you don't park there, other than the obvious don't be a jackass reason.
Bike lane. What's that?
Knock on my car. Next time, you just pull up to the window and say something. Don't knock on my shit.
So what about you with bicycle traffic?
I'm getting ready to move my car, so you better leave me alone.
Get on it. Let's go. Are you experiencing some toxic masculinity right now, sir?
No, I'm not.
Your dog's very cute, sir.
Once again, called out, can't stand being called out for being wrong, yells, screams, and speeds off, spinning his wheels. Do I agree you should touch his car? Probably not. The guy knocked on it. He didn't do any damage to it. He didn't hurt it. Annoyed the guy. You know, I drive a car that I don't want anyone touching. I think everyone knows what I drive. And if you knocked on my car, I'd probably be a little upset too. Just come up to my window and tell me. But that's why I don't park where I'm not supposed to, because I don't want to even run the risk that somebody gets tempted to knock on my car.
Lawyer's reaction.
A bike lane is exactly what it says, a lane for a bike. And in most jurisdictions, you're not permitted to park in a bike lane, drive in a bike lane, or go in and out of a bike lane unless you're in the process of making a turn. And clearly this biker was fed up, which is why he kept hitting those mirrors and using his bike handles to send a message. And that's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This biker was clearly causing damage to other people's property on purpose. It doesn't matter if those cars were not supposed to be in the bike lane. The fact is that he was intentionally damaging their property, and you can't do that, even if they're not supposed to be there. If you listen to the audio, you can see him hit a mirror and then later hear that mirror fall on the floor. That's intentional destruction of property, which makes this biker liable for all the damages that happen next.
100% Ugo, one of my favorite content creators, is right. Ugo's eyes, his hair, his teeth, dude is on point. His outfits, man, listen, he is the lawyer I would want representing me if I had a case, because people are gonna love his charisma when he walks in the court. But he's right. You can't damage people's stuff. Two wrongs don't make a right. People in my comment section all the time say, you know, if somebody parks in the handicap spot, stab their tires, slash their tires, 4 flat tires. That sounds great, and we'd love to do it and teach them a lesson, but you're gonna be in as much trouble as they are, if not more. Now you gotta replace their tires or their mirror or the scratches on their car if you do damage to them because you decided to take the law into your own hands. So even if somebody blocks the fire lane or the handicap spots, don't damage their stuff. Call the correct tow truck, police, whatever, and let them handle it.
I was trying to get in. Got the lanes. Bag is secured. Pretty tight. Made it work. Yeah, what do y'all think? Think that's a good spot for scooters, or should they find another place to park? Let me know. Thanks.
The low-key thanks. I see it all the time. It's not just DoorDashers, but I do see Uber Eats and DoorDashers who park their little scooters or motorcycles or mopeds right up front in those diagonal lines that are made for the handicapped people to access their vehicles, like this gentleman who was using what looked like an automatic lift to get him up into his Denali. Very nice car, by the way, Denali. I have somebody locally to me that just bought a Denali. It's a super awesome, amazing vehicle. Yeah, don't do it, because that's what happens. The guy barely was able to get into his nice little Denali, and if he hadn't been able to, he would have had to wait for you. And of course, people say, tip it over. You can't damage it. Can't do anything about it. You'll get in trouble. But that's why we don't park there. Even if we have a motorcycle or a little moped, doesn't matter. You still don't park in those areas. If I was the police and somebody was parked like that and I saw it, I'd call a tow truck to just lift that sucker up and take it away. All right, that's gonna wrap up today's videos of more jackasses being jackasses, parking where they don't belong and making other people's lives harder and more miserable. So take note, don't do it, don't be that person. And while you're at it, hit the like button and subscribe. Make sure you come back, watch future videos, and love these videos. Leave me a comment. Which clip was your favorite? Which part makes you the most angry? Whatever you wanna share. Comment section belongs to each and every one of you, and I appreciate that. And if you haven't checked out my main channel, Rockstar Flipper, it is linked in the description box right below this video. You may have to click see more, so go ahead and do that. Check out that channel as well. Subscribe to it if you aren't already, and until next time, be safe, and I'll see everyone later.